5 months ago, I didn't know I'd be staying this long in Goa. But now that we're leaving, I can see exactly what this season has given me and what it didn't. I'm Cath and I'm traveling as a solo mum. Currently I'm in India and I've actually been in Goa for the last 5 months. I came here in 1st of November, we landed here, and now it is the end of February and we'll be leaving in a couple of weeks. We leave in about 2 or 3 weeks time. It's been such a weird experience. Like, it's gone really, really quickly, but at the same time, I feel like I've been here forever and ever and ever. So much has happened since I've been here. So much has happened, good and bad. I have learned so much about myself. I've learned about Jai. I've learned about what I will tolerate, what I won't tolerate. I've learned about boundaries. I've learned about how to regulate my emotions, ups and downs. And I've learned what I can actually do. I've learned that I am actually a lot stronger than I ever gave myself credit for. Whenever I travel, I think for me, one of the most important ways I want to feel is free. Freedom to me is so important, and I love the way that traveling in, especially somewhere like Asia, gives you that sense of real freedom. You know, you're free from, I want to say rules and responsibilities, but obviously that's not quite true because you still have to follow laws and you're still responsible for your kid and everything, but it's different. It's a different way of being. You know, you don't have to go to work every day. You don't have to take your kid to school. You don't have to do the things that make us so often feel trapped, paying the bills, commuting, you know, keeping up with what society expects of us. All of those rules go out the window. You have this sense of freedom that you can do anything, that anything is possible. And I absolutely love that about traveling. I think it's to do with the sun, the beaches, the friendly people, the relaxed vibe, you know, the slower pace of life. It's an escape, and I know it's an escape, and obviously the people that live here don't get to have that escape. Having experiences that I wouldn't have, and being able to show my child those things as well, being able to show Jai how other people live and how fortunate we are and how lucky we are and how we should be so grateful that we get to do this as well. I think the slower pace of life is also so great because it means that I can actually get to spend time with Jai. I get to spend time with the people I want to spend time with. We can do what we want when we want. And then it's a sense of community as well. I mean, there's such an amazing community here in Goa. There's quite a few different world schools here, international schools and world school hubs. And there's also a lot of parents who just do what I do and home educate, but while traveling. There's always someone there. There's always a support network. There's always other mums and kids. More single mums travelling, I'd say, than I ever realised before. We originally signed up to a hub back in November when we got here, and Jai went for a couple of months. He didn't really enjoy it. We've done other world school hubs and he's loved them, but this one he didn't really enjoy. Different reasons, I think personality differences within the group with the kids, and yeah, like nothing against the hub itself. I think it's just Jai didn't feel comfortable in it, so we pulled him out. I actually quite enjoy him not being at school. I homeschool, home educate, because I don't want to send him to be schooled by a stranger. And so for me, part of world schooling is actually not necessarily me sending him to a hub. But with this one, it was 9 till 3, Monday to Friday. I felt like he was at school and he wasn't really enjoying it, so we stopped that. India is hard. There is no getting around that. It's not an easy country to be in. I've been here a couple of times. I was here 10 years ago and we spent 6 months actually travelling around a lot of India. north and south. This time we've only been in Goa. Now Goa is infinitely easier than most of the rest of India. Like India can be really hard in a lot of places. Goa is very set up for tourists. It's very touristy. It's very westernized, and it's much easier than most of India. But it's still India, and it still is hard. So, for example, if you want to go to the town, do a bit of shopping, the local town here is called Chowdi. And it's great. It's a nice town. There's nothing wrong with it, but it's chaos always. It's just constantly chaos. The traffic is all over the place. There's cows in the street. I got charged by a cow at one point when we first got here. Simple things like going to the supermarket takes all day because you know you've got to go there and you've got to fight your way through the people to get to the products that you want, the items that you want. Then you have to queue for at least 20 minutes to get to the checkout. People pushing in front of you, there's pushing and shoving. It's just chaos. There's security there. It's chaos. Going to the ATM is hard as well. You know, there's only a couple of ATMs in Chowdi. And if you go to the ones in the town, you're queuing outside for at least 10 minutes before you go in. It only gives you 10,000 rupees, which is not actually a huge amount of money. So you have to use your card several times to get out the amount that you want. So you don't have to go back there every day. It's kind of what makes it fun though. I mean, sometimes it's a buzz, sometimes I love it, and other days I just want normal life. I just want to go to the supermarket, buy what I want and leave rather than have to fight my way through everything. The money wasn't as easy as I thought. It hasn't been as cheap here as I remember. So obviously 10 years ago things were cheaper, and obviously we're in Goa, which is more expensive because it's touristy. I get all of that. But it actually hasn't been as cheap as I thought it would be. Our accommodation here is dirt cheap. I pay 25,000 rupees per month, which is about £220 per month for this. And it's one bedroom. It's got a big living room. It's got one bedroom. It's got a big kitchen. It's got 2 balconies. It's got a bathroom, hot water, washing machine, it's got aircon. So it's got everything I need. It's really cheap. It's fantastic. But yeah, food hasn't been as cheap. There are cheap places to eat, of course. But when you have kids, they just want to go to the beach and just want to eat pizza or whatever, it starts to add up. And because it's a tourist destination, things are more expensive than they would be elsewhere in India. Obviously, the biggest thing that I found hard is splitting up with my ex. We've been married for 19 years. And that, it was obviously really hard. It wasn't a complete shock, but it was still hard. And I think going from being in a very long-term relationship with somebody who, did a lot for us, to doing everything myself has been a huge challenge. It has been really difficult. And I think having some structure, especially for Jai, is really important. So, I mean, when you're on your own, you can go out partying every weekend, you can spend your whole life drinking at the beach, of course you can. But I need to have structure for Jai, it's really, really important. My confidence has grown. So my confidence in my decision making, my confidence in what I can and can't do has made me realise I can step out my comfort zone. I can do things that are hard. I can do things that are challenging. And not only can I do them, I can do them all right. I'm okay. I'm doing quite well, actually. It's having that self-trust, isn't it? Rather than going, oh my God, everything's terrible and I don't know how I'm going to cope and I need to go home because it's just all gone wrong. That I can do the things that I didn't know I could do. I have built a lot of self-confidence in that. I've learned to trust myself. I've learned to trust my instincts even more, I think, since being on my own. I've learned to put stronger boundaries in place, stronger boundaries around what I will tolerate, what I won't tolerate, and how I can teach my son that no matter what happens to you in life, you can do the things you want to do. You can do hard things even on your own. You can meet these challenges head on. If you want to travel, even if you're on your own, you can travel on your own. There's no reason why not. And being able to teach Jai those things and show him that this is possible for us is a really big lesson, I think, and it's a really big takeaway that I'm so proud of. So some of the practical realities of living in Goa for 5 months. Well, I think first of all, the cost is definitely higher than I realised. Yes, of course you can get things cheap. You know, and the thing is, when you've got kids want to spend time at the beach. They don't want to go to a dusty back street restaurant all the time. Every now and then, yeah, it might be fun. But I think normally the kids want to go to the beach. They want to play in the sea, have something to eat, have a watermelon juice or something. That's what they want to do. So that's where the cost starts to add up. Or staying somewhere beachfront, the cost goes up too. I am like on the street back from the beach. It's on the main road, and we've literally a minute's walk to the beach, but it costs so much less. Our routine over the last 5 months has definitely changed, obviously, because our lives have changed. But in the last 2 months, since I've been on my own, it has looked quite simple. We get up when we want to get up. We go for a walk on the beach. Jai plays with the dogs where we're staying. There's a couple of dogs downstairs. And then we do a bit of schoolwork. I do some work as well. And then in the evening, sort of late afternoon, we head to the beach. We often meet friends down there in the evening and maybe have dinner. Obviously, some days Jai is with his dad. School for Jai has been the home education. So I don't send him to a hub. Particularly, I home educate. So I create lesson plans with ChatGPT. I love ChatGPT for this. I put in everything that Jai is interested in, things he likes, things he is not good at, things he is good at, and then what I want him to be focusing on. And ChatGPT gives me loads of ideas for lesson plans and projects. So we do those. He does apps as well. He's got Reading Eggs and Math Seeds. And then he sees a tutor twice a week as well. So we have a local tutor here who he goes to for an hour twice a week. And she's great. She gets him to do reading, writing and maths. And it's working really well for us. And I think if you're on your own, if you're a single mum in the UK and you're not sure where you want to go, I think South Goa, Patnam, Palolem, this part of Goa is really amazing. It's a beautiful place. The beaches are wonderful. They're safe. People are friendly. It's budget friendly. It's an amazing community. Loads and loads of kids here. I definitely recommend it for anyone who's thinking, where do we go? South Goa, definitely. The big lesson I've learned is that freedom isn't a location. It's having a plan, it's backing yourself, it's trusting yourself and doing things that make you feel uncomfortable, that push you out of your comfort zone. It's facing these challenges head on, feeling scared, but doing them anyway because you know that is what matters most to you. You know that is what's important. This is the life that you want to build for yourself and your kids.